The craziest, well, one of the craziest things to me, or that's really strange to me, is women today, they will call men or they'll call a man broke or dusty for basically saving, investing, basically like living very frugally for a certain time to save money, to have money to invest. It's so weird to me how the modern woman, when a man actually takes the steps to actually build wealth. See, building wealth isn't making it look like you're doing good. It's not, buying expensive cars and getting the biggest house right now and, you know, dressing up in the fanciest clothes. Building wealth is actually, it looks like what people would call being a broke dusty. That's what building wealth is. Building wealth is basically diverting all of your funds and expenses or getting them as low as you possibly can. Basically, living as cheaply as you can to be able to first build enough funds to invest into something or some sort of asset or some kind of financial business or plan. So basically, the most wealthiest men started out as dusties, basically as dusties, as Shira Seven likes to say. These dusty men that people like Shira Seven and basically just females in general that call men broke, that men are really cheap, that are frugal, that live in a very minimalist kind of way. Like, how do you people? I'll put it this way: how do people that weren't just born into a family, you know, that has money, how do you think they got the money or the assets or the funds? Because the average person, especially today, it's you can't save your way to wealth. This is a fact. You can't even work your way into wealth because the gap is so large and you cannot keep up with the even if you have two and three jobs, you can't do it. If you live a regular lifestyle, you have to basically find a way to where you're living almost close to free, and then maybe you might have a chance to divert your funds to um, some kind of investment or something. And how do we know this? We can just look at people like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and what's the other? Excuse me. What's the other one? Basically, all of your biggest, most of your richest people, or a lot of them today, they actually started out as what people would call a dusty, as a brokey, as a broke boy, as they say, as basically somebody that wouldn't be respected, somebody that a woman would look at and call, dusty or cheap or a loser or something like that. I can't remember if it was Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or what's the other one. Most of these guys, they started out living um, on like friends' couches. They didn't even have their own home. Like they didn't have anywhere to stay at. They basically were living in a way where they really didn't have to pay for anything or very little. So when I see people that make fun of people for trying to live as cheaply as they can for a certain period in their life and they get called broke or something like that or dusty, it's so funny to me because a lot of the people that a lot of these people, admire literally started out just like that. But yet these are people that people look to today with, great admiration and respect. But if they would have seen them then, they would have probably called them a broke dusty. It's so funny how money changes people, how money changes people's opinion of you, because one day you're just a nobody, and then say like if I was to hit the jack lottery today, a lottery um today, then all of a sudden, or if I was to somehow get rich overnight, overnight, all of a sudden you would go from being somebody that's looked down upon as someone that is uh all of a sudden it's like the classic story of the person or the guy that when the girl was dating him, he was struggling and trying to basically do better, or just trying to get a better quality of life. And so how the story goes, she leaves him for somebody that she thinks is better or has more money or whatever the fuck. And then one day, something happens and the guy just, or the person or whoever, they just they start doing really good, their life changes, and you know all of a sudden it's like a change of energy, because you didn't think I could do it, you didn't think it was possible, you didn't think I would do it, and it's just it's so weird. Like, human beings to me are so weird, and especially females. Like, what I've learned is a woman will betray you or turn on you at the blink of an eye if she thinks that there is a better option right now. You know what I'm saying? I've learned that. This is why I don't hate women. I just know that I understand that no woman truly loves a man, like just loves a man. It's like she likes him for what she can get from him. Like, I don't believe in this idea of true love anymore. I think it's I don't think it exists. And so like I take that knowledge and I just apply it to you know any situation I deal with when dating. Um, I feel like as soon as the benefits runs out, that's when you know everything else runs out. But anyway, back to the main point of the video though. It's like, yeah, in me, I'm a person that um I consider myself a frugal person, where I'm basically trying to live as cheaply as possible right now to divert my funds to just things to invest in, assets, investments. And that's my strategy right now. Um because actually, see, everybody thinks that it's all about working hard and working a lot, but to me it's about working to get the money too, but it's also about basically getting rid of as many expenses as you possibly can, or getting something that kind of like can bring money into. So for me, you know one thing I got was an RV. An RV was something to me that was it was potentially could bring in money and also would save money, because the average rent today is like, for a one bedroom studio, not even a bedroom apartment, a one bedroom studio typically runs like, at least in this area of the country, like I want to say like uh maybe like anywhere from 1,000 to $1,400 a month. This is a studio. A one bedroom, anywhere from 1,100 to 1,500 maybe. For a one, it's not even a house. This is a apartment. The apartments are actually worse than the houses actually. But but yeah. Um so I have a camper right now. So my camper, I bought that to travel in. So I bought it as a pleasure tool, but also like a backup home. And the payment on that is $536 a month. But after I actually, so, see, I'm thinking about how I want to just get a second camper and then use that one to like rent, or just keep that one paid off and then like just kind of like live in it for a little while to save additional money. I don't know, or I might just sell it. But either way, I have different options. Like I can, I can live in it for now and save money, or I can live in it for a longer time and then sell it for a profit, or I can just live in it for now and after I pay it off, then get another property and then use that one for like a rental basically, because I won't be paying on it anymore, so I have the extra money to, put somewhere else. Or I can just travel in it and still save money and not have to get an expensive apartment. But ultimately I got it. The basic principle of me getting it was to save money and to travel, and it was a cheaper way for me to travel to or move. So I got it for like a multi-purpose reason. But I look at it as an asset that I could use to flip, make money, or just basically just save money. I can use it as a rental. Um, so yeah, but it was more of an investment for me. But right now, it's really just saving me money because again, staying in there 536 versus anywhere from 11 to $1,200, and that's just the base rent. You're not even talking about you know the utilities and the power and stuff like that. Um, I have a generator. I have running water. It's, I pay for all my own utilities, and I will admit this: certain times of the year, I do go through more propane, but it's not like all the time. Um, so it just depends. But to me, it is. I've done the math on paper, and I'm definitely saving money by staying in my RV. So yeah. So I consider that my version of living frugally and minimalistically, because the housing prices right now are extremely expensive, and um, I'm definitely saving money by just not getting like a $2,000 per month house or like a $1,500 one bedroom apartment. Um, and it's like they keep going up on the rent prices. Like I had an apartment, like I've had a trailer, I've had like multiple apartments, and they're all just super expensive and they're way too high for what a lot of them actually are as far as like the quality of them. They're just super stupid high and it's just ridiculous. My last apartment, like they kept going up on the rent. I'm just like, why is the rent going up? Like they haven't even renovated this actual apartment. It's the same apartment. And like my last apartment, just I was just fed up. Like I got tired with the rate increases, and I'm like, man, this is stupid. Everybody there moved out because they were just getting ridiculously high for the rent prices. Every time like renewal came around to renew your lease, I'm like, yeah, I'm not staying here again. And like everywhere I was checking, like the rent prices just seem ridiculous and unreasonable. Like I'm not paying $1,300 for a two bedroom or one bedroom, in a small ass apartment. So and at the time, like I didn't really have the money saved up to get a house. Like, I have enough saved up right now, and I have the credit to get a house right now. But I see the thing is, I actually want to completely change what they call it, my paradigm. I can literally go get a house today. I have the money saved up. I have a 719 credit score, and I have the money saved up. I can get a house right now, but I don't want to get a house and have a liability and then have these super high payments without having some type of either a large sum of money or a large stream of income to, divert from me having to make that large payment. In other words, I'm trying to completely do things differently. I don't want to get a nice house just to say, "Oh, I got a nice house. I'm successful." Like, no, because I honestly, I lately I've been debating like, do I should I just get a house? Should I just say screw it, screw my whole dreams of traveling and stuff? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up on my plans and my goals just because it'll make it seem like I'm doing better or I'm more successful. Like, no, that's what everybody else is doing. I actually want to create a different way, and I don't care how long it takes or how much I'm judged for how I'm choosing to live right now until I can create more opportunities for myself, and more options. I mean, this is why I just laugh at people that have so much to say and look down on people that actually have to do the work and put the time and energy into failing a million times or trying different things, different ways first before something works, so they figure out how to do it to where it's effective at generating some type of, substantial, income or a stream of income, which is helps them to build wealth. So many people are so critical on people that are trying to, improve themselves. And these most of if you actually look at a lot of these kinds of people, like you'll really quickly realize that a lot of them don't have nowhere near the the willpower to even accomplish close to what you've accomplished. Most of these people are just completely just wrapped up in their ego, and they have this superiority complex which they just need to feel like they're superior to other people like you in some kind of way. And it's like they hold this over your head and they just want you to feel like inferior to them. And I'm still to this day trying to figure out why a lot of these people have this superiority complex, because I really don't see what exactly they've done to, believe that they have this level of superiority. Like, it's mostly just egotistical bullshit that none of it stands the test of anything. Like, it's so weird to me, because it's just weird. I'm not gonna go deep into detail, but I just people like this really haven't really accomplished anything, um, and they don't even have the willpower to even get what they want out of life on their own. They have to get it out of other people. Like, they can't do what you're doing. For one thing, they're too lazy, and they think that they're too good to actually do what's actually necessary to actually create on their own, or they'll do it on somebody else's back. It's like the concept of, um, a gold digger. A gold digger, she'll claim that most men aren't good enough for her or aren't on her level, or she only dates rich men. But she had to stand on the back. She had to use men to extract their money and their resources out of them to get to where she wanted to get to in life. She didn't get to where she got on her own power. She took from other men. And these kinds of people or women think they deserve a man's resources because they just look pretty and they have literally nothing else to offer except for a huge inflated ego. And look at how cute my eyes are. It's just like, yeah, but who cares? You know, like, I've surpassed the point where when it comes to dating, I don't care. I mean, no, I can't say I don't care, because I definitely do care about a woman's, how cute, pretty she is or whatever. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's not true. But I don't let it like supersede like who they actually are as a person. Because one thing about me is, when actually things do turn around, and they will, I know they will. I've already seen it. When they do turn around, when the things actually do are the way that I need them to be to do what I want to do. Like I'm not the type of person where um how can I say, like if someone just was like, oh, you're doing good now, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, so I guess I'm good enough for you now. Like no, like for one thing, I will have seen beforehand that whatever people gravitate towards me due to what I have acquired, I understand very clearly that it has nothing to do with me. They're only here because of where I'm at now. They don't give two fucks about me. You know, you don't get lost in the looks and because it's not real. And this is why I say um, a lot of guys they move differently now. They'll entertain women. They'll do stuff for them, but they do it with the understanding that these hoes don't really care about me. They just want something out of me, and I want something out of them. So, but outside of that, you know, that's it. I don't believe that this is actually a real connection or anything. They just want something. I'm just having a good time. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but and it's not even me saying this, but most men, the it's not even really a nice way to say this. Most women have basically defined themselves as sex objects, basically. And if I say that as a man, then I'm wrong or disrespectful. But that's basically what most modern women are. I hate to say it because most men know that most women will basically give them some ass if they spend some money on them. That's basically what it is. Basically, I can't say it on here, but the p word. That's basically what it is. I mean, they don't say that, but if a woman is basically saying, "I'm not going to deal with you. I ain't going to talk to you unless you give me some bread, unless you take me on a trip, and in exchange, I'm going to give you some of my energy, my conversation, some pussy." Like that's what that is. I don't care how you want to label it, but that's what it is. If you're not with that man just because of him, it's only because of what he can do for you, then that's what it is. So like I said, most men understand that and they see that for what it is and they just move accordingly. This is why a lot of guys that date or get married, they get married with the understanding that, man, this bitch don't care about me. A lot of men like got smart and wised up, especially if you a type of man where you had to literally build yourself up over the years. And when you was down, wasn't none of these hoes checking for you. Wasn't none of them caring about you. They was talking shit about you, calling you broke, calling you dusty. Now you doing good. Now like Mike Jones said, back then didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all. It's the same. It's the same story all over again. It's the same thing. And then a lot of men are smart and they protect themselves because they know the nature of women. Most women nowadays, they want to find a man. They don't even love these men. They want their assets. They want their money and they want to basically take it from them. They want to get these men stupid and all in love and stuff, and then basically out of nowhere divorce them and then take them for what they had. This is. I'm not making this up. These are actual facts. These are actual statistics. Most women in marriages, you know, most women are the ones that file for divorce. It's not the men. So men nowadays are smart and they're like, yeah, we can get married, but we're getting a prenup, and if we should happen to get divorced, you're not getting anything. You can get the door, everything is going to be in my name. If you want to be here, you can, but like nothing's going in your name. You're not getting nothing. So if you want to get married on those terms, cool. But if not, then fuck it then. Um, and if I ever get married, which I may or may not, oh, I will definitely have a prenup because, yeah, it's not, especially if I built up a lot of wealth, which at some point I know I will. I just don't know when. Again, I've seen it. Nobody believes me. Like I've had this dream. I've had anyway, but anyway. So yeah, yeah. If I ever get married, yeah, I'm definitely getting a prenup because you're not about to come into my life and take everything that I have just so you can give it to the next man. Fuck no. You got me fucked up. So yeah, but yeah, this is just a little rant. I think that is so important for men to just recognize the game for what it is. See, see, I don't think there's really anything anymore that anyone or any woman or anybody can do that would really surprise me. I have an extremely strong intuition about people, about situations, about life. That it seems to be getting stronger. I can't even really explain it. I know it sounds like bullshit, but I just know things that I should have no idea of knowing what I do, and which really leads me to another really strong intuition that I have is XRP, this crypto. I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but I really feel good about it. I'm gonna put it that way, and I really feel strongly about investing in it, especially with Trump basically trying to make the United States the cryptocurrency of the world. Um, I basically just got my accounts back up and operating. I got that situation cleared up for my crypto account. So I got those funded again, and my bank is good with that. So I got around that. I had a problem with my accounts. You know, they were basically I didn't have a way to fund my crypto account, but I found a way around it. Where my bank would allow me to make the transactions. So I'm back on track now. I was really pissed off about that, but I got that worked out. So I'm able to fund and buy more crypto. And so I'll be buying crypto, every week, and I'm looking for it. I actually have two investment accounts open too. So, I'll be investing a certain portion of my money into these accounts every week, every paycheck. And yeah, man, that's what it's about. While simultaneously working, on my business and my store. So trying to get that straightened up. I'm thinking I'm going to actually hire my website designer probably, I don't know, maybe today if I can find one. I got the money to do it, so why not? Um, so yeah, I just got to find one that I like, and basically, I also got to find like some animators on the site because they got website designers, they got animators, they've got people that like do like the SEC, like not SEC, but like the it's like the way they word your account to make it easier to find online. I gotta talk to them about all that stuff, and I gotta find like another graphic designer. So while I'm at work today, I'm gonna probably start doing that because like I said, I've been just so focused on trying to find an RV. I kind of just let all that stuff kind of just go to the background, but I'm trying to learn to like, you know, multitask more. You know what I'm saying? But I get so focused on like one thing sometimes. It just kind of I just get stuck on one thing. Like I'm trying to get this RV. I'm trying to sell the RV. Okay, I'm going to keep it again. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to trade it in. I don't know. And I just, So sometimes I'm all over the place sometimes, but it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because in a way it kind of opens up more options or possibilities. But then sometimes you give yourself so many options and possibilities, you end up just getting overwhelmed with the options or possibilities, and you just end up doing nothing because you can't make a decision, or you become like indecisive. You know what I'm saying? That's my weakness. I can be indecisive sometimes. But I'm trying to learn how to just make a decision, make a choice and just go with it, and not always having a definite answer if my plan or my plan or my route is going to actually work out, because it might not. It may take a different way to do things, but it may fail like 3 or 4 times before it actually works. So I'm learning to just kind of just accept that and just be okay with it, because I don't like uncertainty. I don't like not knowing that something is definitely going to work out the first time. I don't like putting my time and energy without knowing for sure that it's going to actually work out. That's one of my main, one of my faults. I like certainty. I like to know, exactly how things are going to turn out, and I don't like risking, without knowing for certain that everything is going to work out. So a lot of times it makes me stall on stuff that I probably should have been like way farther along with. I'm guilty. I mean, it's absolutely true. I'm guilty as charged. It's very true. But anyway, yeah, I'm just making this video to just to talk. I felt like talking because there's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot. The world is definitely changing, and I suggest or I hope that people are taking notice and hopefully moving stuff, because it's not going to get easier, or it's going to get harder before it gets easier. Um, I feel like the world, the the I feel like it's just a lot of power. There's a lot of power shifting going on right now. There's a lot of fight for power going on. A lot of people are trying to keep their power, but they're not going to keep it, because the nature of the universe is power is always being exchanged, power is always being transferred to from one state to another. So people that are in power or have the most power, they're going to lose it eventually either way, whether they want to or not. It's going to happen. That's just the nature of reality. Everything is always transforming. There's always power dynamics being shifted. It's always happening. It always will. And it ain't nothing that people can do about it. There's people that want other people to stay in the position of weakness or inferiority. But again, even the Bible says it, the last will be first. And I do believe that soon the last will be first. It's prophecy, it's written, it's already written. So I believe that definitely the world is going to be turned upside down. And what was once those that were on the bottom, they're going to be on the top, and those that were on the top are going to be on the bottom. Why? Because it's just our time now. They've had their time, you know. They had their time in the sun. They had their time, and they lived off of the backs of those that they took advantage of. And now, karma is going to come and reverse things. Because why? Because it's divinely orchestrated, I believe, and it was meant to be that way. And it's well deserved, in my opinion, because for so long there's been people that have not been getting what they deserve. They've been taken advantage of. They've been um, used. They've been abused. They've been what's the word? Yeah, they've been exploited, and it's just time. It's time. So I'm all for watching the structure crumble, and burn. Just the old system needs to burn because it's dead. It's a dead system. It's it's a broken system that doesn't work for everybody. It's a system that tries its best to keep those where they're at on the bottom and those that are on top on top. It doesn't work for everybody, and it never has. That's why it needs to die. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. I gotta get to work on some of this stuff and see what I can make happen today. And until next time, y'all, later.